In the top stories this hour, the presidency distances itself from comments made by Willem Heath, and Yemen swears in a new government. Good afternoon, I'm Tracy Baumgard. The presidency has distanced itself from comments made by the newly appointed head of the Special Investigating Unit, Willem Heath. A Sunday newspaper published a report where Heath allegedly criticized former President Thabo Mbeki. In the report, Heath is alleged to have said that Mbeki abused his position by interfering in some cases handled by the criminal justice system. Mbeki's office has formally approached government to provide evidence of all the allegations. The presidency has released a statement saying that none of the allegations made by Heath have been attributed to any duty or function which he exercises as the head of the SIU. Presidency spokesperson Mac Maharaj.
At the first reading, of course, none of the allegations by Mr. Heath have been attributed to any duty or function which he exercises as the head of the SIU. And a perusal of the newspaper report makes it very clear that it was conducted by Mr. Heath in his personal capacity. The presidency and the government in general have nothing whatsoever to do with the comments made by Mr. Heath. Nonetheless, the president is concerned about the statements, and he has instituted an internal inquiry into it.
Meanwhile, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development Jeff Radebe has released a statement saying that his office is assisting the presidency in this matter and that Heath recently delivered information to his office on the matter for consideration. The KwaZulu-Natal Department of Transport says the accident which claimed the lives of 30 people, including a toddler, on the N3 near Harrismith in the Midlands is the worst the province has had since the start of the festive season. The victims died when the taxi they were travelling in collided early this morning with a truck. Provincial Transport Department spokesperson Kwanele Nkalani says the minibus taxi was en route from Johannesburg to the Eastern Cape. Nkalani says 28 people died at the scene, while 2 others died in hospital.
The Department of Transport in KwaZulu-Natal, on behalf of MEC Honorable Wilson Mkhono, we want to send our deepest condolences to the families of 30 people who died this morning in the area of Harrismith, and we are saying this is tragic. This is one of the disasters that we have ever experienced in the country as a whole since the start of December. Losing 30 people in one accident is a serious problem, and it shows that we are yet to confront more challenges as we are approaching the festive season. But we are not going to lose hope. Our enforcement agencies are going to work very hard to make sure that they will reduce such kind of fatalities on the road.
Time is running out for negotiators to emerge with an agreement at the COP17 negotiations in Durban. While talks are continuing behind closed doors, there is pressure on delegates as some of the ministers have already started leaving the conference before the talks are officially concluded. From the International Convention Centre, Zanele Buthelezi reports.
In a race against time, negotiators broke at midday for an hour for private deliberations. A visibly fatigued COP17 President Maite Mashabane emerged from the main plenary hall, but she remained mum on how the talks were going.
You will know as soon as we have information for you.
2 of the main issues still under discussion are the Kyoto Protocol as well as the long-term cooperative action. Parties appeared not to be in agreement on how much developed countries should reduce greenhouse gas emissions and by when. There's still no clarity on when these negotiations will end, but according to UN regulations, they cannot go beyond 6 p.m. Zanele Buthelezi, SABC News, at the COP17 in Durban.
KwaZulu-Natal MEC for Cooperative Governance Nomusa Dube says the total cost of various disasters in the province this year amounts to more than 1 billion rand. She was speaking at Bergville in the Midlands where she handed over lightning conductors to the community. She says her department will also continue to provide other emergency equipment to saving lives such as fire extinguishers. Dube says they have invited other departments to join the initiative to promote awareness campaigns to ensure that communities are made more aware of safety measures to be considered in emergency situations. Further afield, a new government of national unity has been sworn in Yemen. The formation of the new cabinet is part of the power transfer deal that saw the veteran president, Ali Abdullah Saleh, resign after months of protest. Recapping the top story, the The presidency has distanced itself from comments made by the newly appointed head of the Special Investigating Unit, Willem Heath.